Yeah. Let's go.
It's stadium seats, so what does that mean? That mean it's Frizz, Gemz, and Tay, and we hot in the scene. Every platform possible, you know it's the team. To emails, the airways, down we counting the streams, it's love. To all the sports fans that's rocking the building. And when we turn, please admit that you're craving the feeling. Frizz and Gemz, please believe. You know how we rock, right? Tay with the red bottoms, now she taking the spotlight. Frizz, let's make sure we get that #1 spot tight. Cause when we rock right, we do tours, take top flights, the tailgate crazy. The fans, they amaze me. Salute to all the fans that been rocking with us lately. Love.
Yeah, stadium seats, we're back.
Salute to all the fans.
Frizz, Gemz, Tay, what's going on?
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
I will say again, guys, that intro is so fire.
I know. Thanks to me, right? Thank you.
Bringing the heat.
Thank you.
Okay, Tay. I think we should get Tay, maybe on a little remix, give her a shot, see what's going on.
Let's see if we can work that out here after the show. Maybe we could do this.
Yeah, I'll rap so hard. I'll be like, Cardi B, what's up?
Oh, okay. Calling her out.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. Let's tread lightly on that.
Yeah, she will kill you.
Yeah, she'll come and kick my ass, man.
She'll murder you on the track. Hey, stadium seats, hit us up at Seat Stadium. At Seat Stadium is our Twitter handle. Okay. Email us at stadiumseatspodcast@gmail.com.
Join the movement.
We have over 740 followers on Twitter now.
Wow.
Guys, team, we're doing it. We're doing it big. And while we're talking about it, I just want to let Tay talk a little bit about her business meeting last week. We touched upon it, but we have the merch up.
That's right. That's right. We have the merch and we have several items that we're working on. But right now we have available a t-shirt, and it's available in white, black, navy blue, a light gray, and a dark gray. So you can pick those up at the website. It's dc4lcustomtees.com.
Yeah.
It's
Shout out to
available
them.
there. We're also going to be having a couple of contests coming up for all the fans that have been showing us love, and for new fans that, we've yet to meet. We're going to have a couple of contests. We'll be sending out t-shirts to the winners. We don't know what the contest is yet. We're working on it. So
that's so fire.
Yeah.
It's so fire. Keep an eye out for other additional items that we'll be adding.
I tell you what, Tay. I like the dark gray. That's just fire. That's so nice.
Yeah, and that's the color that we ordered for the giveaways. So the contest that we'll be having pretty soon, that's the color that they'll be. I think it's called like a heather gray. It's a dark gray.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Very nice. Very nice.
I think that's the contrast of all the colors.
And also, team, next week we will be in Pittsburgh tailgating. Stadium seats live
from Yinzer Nation.
Frizz Nation, Yinzer Nation. They're colliding.
Uh-oh.
It's a collab.
It's a collab. I like that. Hey, we're going to be there live and in person, cheering on the Steelers, going against the Browns. The Browns rematch from the Brawl. We all know about it.
Yeah.
So we're definitely excited. So we will be there live. We'll be seeing. We'll be taking pictures with fans.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be putting them on our Twitter, and then that's what we do. That's what we want you to do. At Seat Stadium,
tailgating, right?
Absolutely, early in the morning. That game was flexed.
Yeah, that just means that we have more time to party afterwards.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that.
If it's going to end early, the days,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Once again, pick up our tees at dc4lcustomtees.com.
Shout out to DC4L Custom Tees. Thank you. We appreciate you. Man, it's just so fire. But email segment.
We have a repeat emailer, and this guy, well, I think it's a guy, I don't know, but this person is growing on me from Lem Dog. What's up, Lem Dog?
What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
Lem Dog says, "What's up, Stadium Seats? Just wanted to get your opinion on PSU and OSU, and also Georgia and Texas A&M. Standings should change again. Frizz Nation, please stand up."
Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
You got a fan.
He is my only fan right now, and I'm gonna shout him out. That's so hard, Lem Dog.
I think you got more fans than Lem Dog.
I don't know. I don't think so, but it's cool.
I can be your fan.
All right. Well, I'll take that.
Only if you're my fan.
We know the number 2
Okay,
Ohio State
no.
Buckeyes.
Is that a no?
They beat
Oh, it's a no.
No, it's yes. They beat the number 9 Penn State Nittany Lions today, 28-17. Dobbins rushed for 157 yards, 2 TDs, and number 2 Ohio State locked up the Big Ten East title today.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I kind of figured it. I was cheering for Penn State, but I kind of knew what was going to go on. Clifford, very quiet day today, 71 yards, no TDs. Fields, 188 yards, 2 TDs. It got kind of close there at the end. It was 21-17. Dobbins was the difference in that game, if you ask me. 36 carries, 157 yards, 2 TDs. What's your take on that, Gemz?
Well, it was unfortunate that, Penn State came up short. I thought the defense, they fought back. There's a lot of character out there regarding the defense. When you look at the box scores here, the final score was 28-17, like you said, and it's 11-point margin there, and it was one of the smallest, margin of victories regarding the Buckeyes. They usually, blowing out teams, but the score, if you look at the box scores, it was kind of slightly misleading. Besides, the turnovers that the Buckeyes had, they had 3 turnovers, and Penn State, they had 1. Ohio State's total offense was 417 yards, and Penn State's was 227. Ohio State was averaging 5 yards per play, and Penn State was averaging 3.5 yards per play. The total rushing yards was 229 versus Penn State's 99. So when you're looking at those stats right there, you're saying, wow, why is this game, so close? But it wasn't really close. Ohio State jumped on them from the beginning.
Right.
And they punched them in the mouth. Now, Penn State did counterpunch, and
they did punch them in the mouth.
Yeah, they punched them big. Yeah, very hard. But, Penn State, they counterpunched. They fought back, and that's what I like to see in my team. They fight back. They created a couple turnovers, and they capitalized on those 2 turnovers. But I tell you what, going 4 and out, turnover on downs there, and then they score. I think Fields, he finds his receiver for 28-yard touchdown there. So that was just the game. They was just too powerful. But the thing is, Frizz, here's my question. This is something I question, Penn State's, defensive coordinator with. Now you got Chase Young, right? Now he's literally the best football player in college football. Would you agree with that?
I can argue with that, but he's up there.
Okay, so he's probably what, 1A, 1B?
I say top 2, top 3.
That. Okay, cool. So if you got a guy like that, he's probably going to go, top 5 pick in the draft.
Yeah, I say 1, 2, or 3. I mean, right. Just depending on who's there.
Right, top 3. So during the game earlier against Penn State, I don't think Penn State chipped him more than 3 times, and he had one-on-one coverage the majority of the game. How can you not double team this guy? And that caused a lot of havoc on the offensive side with Penn State due to the fact that, Clifford or Levis didn't have any time to do anything because, Chase Young was just boom. He was getting there in literally like 2 seconds. It was just a mismatch, and I just didn't understand that thought process, on the defensive side. But other than that, I mean, Penn State did a good job. Clifford got hurt, but the backup did good. The backup showed that he got some legs. He could add a couple, things to the offense there. So that might be a little controversy coming up moving forward, during the years. But what are you going to do? It was a tough game. But shout out to O State. They did a good job.
Yeah, Ohio State did take care of business. They're not going to move at all. They're going to stay there, because right now LSU is taking care of business. They were in a ball game earlier, but they're up 35-6, and that game's over. And the best player in college football, in my eyes, is Burrow. Right now, he has 327 yards and 3 TDs. I know it's Arkansas, but that guy is my Heisman winner all the way.
Oh yeah.
In my eyes, Frizz's pick is for Burrow.
Wow, hearing both of you talk about the college games today, it's almost like sad.
You know what? I was cheering for Penn State. It was a big game. I thought that if Penn State could have pulled it out, they could have, been in the top 4. But Ohio State was just too powerful. They was too talented on all sides of the field. So, hey, this is college football. We support our teams, and it is what it is. But shout out to Ohio State. And but you know what? They got a big game next week, and they play Michigan at Michigan. And I know Ohio State's quarterback Fields. He limped off with an ankle injury, so that might be something that they want to monitor during the week there to get him up and running for next week. That's going to be a big game.
Hey, real quick, you mentioned Michigan. We're going to talk about them in a second because Frizz got a little something for you there. Hey, okay. To answer Lem's other question about the Georgia game, 19-13, they beat an A&M team that's now 7-4. Georgia still 10-1. Yeah, they didn't have much offense today. No. Pickens was their only TD, but the defense stepped up today and shined. And a win's a win for the Bulldogs. SEC still dominant. I definitely think that Georgia's going to be in that playoff race. And, shout out to the Bulldogs, man.
Shout out to the Bulldogs.
You know what, Frizz? I just wanted to add something. Shout out to the kicker of the Bulldogs, Rodrigo Blankenship. I think, he was the most important Georgia player on the field. He's a senior. He connected on all 4 of his field goal attempts. It was a low-scoring game, and he became the leading scorer in the program history in the process on the senior day. So shout out to him. He's probably he was a key guy in the win. Shout out to him.
No doubt.
Shout out.
Hey, shout out.
And it was rainy down there. No wonder why it was so boring and ugly. It was raining. Crazy down there.
What I want to talk about real quick is the Michigan Wolverines. I want to talk about Shea Patterson.
What you got?
Shea Patterson is starting to heat up. Okay?
I read a report somewhere earlier this week where they were comparing him to Tom Brady.
Really?
Or he surpassed his numbers when Tom Brady was in college.
Yeah, he actually did.
Was?
But, I mean, I just want to talk about Patterson real quick because his last 2 games has been phenomenal. Okay. Against Michigan State, he threw for 384 yards and 4 TDs.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. He had a completions percentage of 72%. Today at Indiana, and I know Indiana's not that great of a football team, he was 20 for 32 with 366 yards, 5 TDs, and 1 pick. He had a 76-yard bomb. I think this kid is definitely a top round pick for the NFL draft. He's a pro type QB. He's got the speed, he's got the height. He's a competitor. He balls out on Saturdays. I definitely think this is going to be a sleeper pick in the NFL draft. Because of his composure.
Is he a senior?
Yes, this is it. He's a senior. He's it.
So he's up there.
He transferred from Ole Miss because of the Hugh Freeze deal. But, I love what he's been doing lately. And I definitely think that he's there. You know what I mean? He's definitely going to help out a team. And, Gemz, I know we talked about the watch list.
Yeah.
So
watch alert.
If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think Shea Patterson might be better than a Mason Rudolph, if you ask me. Shout out Shea Patterson.
Those are some powerful words.
We're getting into that. Okay, can I let me just say something. Shea Patterson, he's a great player. The last two games, you're right. He's heating up. He's getting into some rhythm. In Michigan, with Harbaugh and his staff got them doing, they struggled earlier in the season this year.
9-2.
They went through the, peaks and valleys over there, their obstacles, and now they're back. So, we're talking about Shea Patterson now, next week in Michigan, playing Ohio State. This is the primetime game for him to show up. And we're just going to see. It's going to be great. I think it's going to be a good game.
I think so too.
I think he's box office, and he could prove it. And this game here,
I think they might beat him.
They have a good possibility too. I mean, Fields is, he's hobbled right now. We don't know how serious that ankle injury is. So Ohio State made some bad turnovers. They didn't protect the ball at all, and I know Michigan's going to be looking at that. This is the rivalry, isn't it? Like Ohio State versus
Michigan. Because what happened last year? They were embarrassed by Ohio State. Yeah. And, I know Michigan and I know Patterson is looking for a little bit of a revenge game, and I think he's going to show up. And I can't wait to watch that game next Saturday. I know it's an early game, but
watch list game.
Oh, yeah.
Chance, put that on your watch list, dude.
I will. You know what? Harbaugh never beat Ohio State since his tenure there. Am I right on that?
Yeah, I think you are right.
Yeah, so this is a big game for Harbaugh in a program victory. This is big. So this is the game they talk about every year up there in Ann Arbor. So I'm very excited to watch this game. So shout out to, Ohio State. Shout out to Michigan football there. And we're going to see some good football next week.
Actually, the Big House is a hard place to play. So, that's why I think they got a good shot. And then also with Patterson, the way he's been playing, I think they got a heck of a shot to take that game.
You know what they did with Patterson? They let him loose. They let him start throwing and get loose. That's what they need to do.
Finally.
Let him go.
Let him go. Let him throw the ball. And he can beat you with the legs too. So shout out. Moving on, team. Hey, we're gonna switch gears here and go to the NFL. Some big news, in the NFL is the fines handed down to the Browns and the Steelers. Yeah. 33 of them.
It's a hefty list.
Okay. Oof. Over $700,000. Okay, the NFL just made.
Wow.
Holy crap. Hey, where does that money go?
Where does that money go?
It goes to the NFL, and they dish it right back out.
I'll tell you what they need to do. They need to get those little medical cards that work to cart off injured players off the field.
Yeah, definitely.
Invest in one of those little medical cards.
Yeah. Hey, 33 guys got fined. And then, the heaviest fine was Mason Rudolph with $50,000 after he was bashed in the head.
What's his contract like? Does he got?
I don't know what he makes.
Let me see. I got that up right here. Mason Rudolph.
But it's just, to me, it's kind of.
It says action. USC, which I have no idea what that stands for.
Well, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I'm just saying that he was the heaviest fine. He got fined more than Garrett. So
Jared got fined $45,623.
yes.
And his also says UNRUSC, which I have no clue what that is. Fighting, removing helmet of opponent, using helmet as a weapon.
This
is crazy.
It's just crazy.
I just wanted to mention it, team, because
most of these fines are for entering the fighting area.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous.
So,
if you,
I think it was like $3,700 per player that kind of entered the area.
3,500. It's ridiculous because a lot of them. Well, I'm sure tensions were high, but some of them were there just to kind of like alleviate the situation, try to get the players away from the opponents. They weren't there to fight.
Yeah, and I mean, first off, I'm glad Marcus Pouncey, his suspension got reduced to 2 games.
2 games. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he still has to pay $35,096. So, he still has to pay.
Hey,
that.
But real quick though, on that, do you think they just held him out of that Cleveland game on purpose?
I do. I think that they pushed it up. They flexed the time up for a certain reason. That you just never know. It was a bad light, what happened a couple of weeks ago, for people to see that. So, especially on a national stage. So they probably don't want that game highlighted like that.
Yeah, you're right. But I just found it crazy that, they dished out all these fines and, it was $250 and $250 or something for both the Steelers and the Browns. And then, people that came off the sidelines, I understand that, but it's going to be a fun game. I think
really
so.
Fun.
But
so what the stadium seats have planned during that game? Like, what do we got planned there? I mean, you going to have music playing, or are you going to have a little contest there?
Are you talking about at the tailgate?
Yeah, I'm talking about the tailgate.
Well, since it got switched kind of earlier, plans got kind of thrown into a loop.
You can't wear red bottoms there. You know that.
Why
right?
not?
I mean, unless you have the red bottom boot, but you can't wear red bottoms.
I think she's going to rock some Timbs or something.
I'm going to rock some Timbs.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. That's
Furry.
Good. That's good.
Boots with the fur.
Boots with the fur. So since that game got we had it all planned. We have, shout out to DJ Rod Leach in the house.
That's right.
Okay, he's going to be at our tailgate.
Keeping it live.
He's going to be on the tracks.
Keeping it lit.
It's going to be lit at our tailgate. Okay.
I like it.
We got DJ Rod Leach.
Yeah.
He's at our tailgate. We have on the menu, we have hot sausage sandwiches. Okay. We have hot dogs.
Okay.
Hamburgers. Chips. Certain dips. Beverages
of an assortment of beverages.
It's going to be early, but we don't care. That's what we do at stadium seats.
What, 6 a.m. or
I think the parking lots will open at 8.
Okay. So we'll set up right after that.
We'll set up and get it going. Get it going till about 11.
Breakfast? No breakfast? Or?
We'll probably not because
not there
because we'll eat in the parking lot at the tailgate, and then we'll walk in there around 12. You get up there, we'll get some pics with the fans in the stadium, and then
we'll definitely have a couple of contests out there. We'll have some T-shirts to hand out.
Mm-hmm. We will have T-shirts to hand out there at the tailgate.
Little raffle, right? Little raffle.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Little raffle.
That's what we're going to be putting up on our Twitter. We're going to tell you where we're going to be at. And then we're going to say, if you come over and you follow us on Twitter, if you're following us on Twitter.
You got to show us you're following us.
And you got to kind of tell us what our couple last tweets were so we can make sure, so we can prove that.
You'll be entered into the raffle.
So you can be entered into the raffle. So that's pretty legit.
I like it.
You don't want to be left out of this one.
No, absolutely not. So that's what our plan is. And then, I know it's a chance of rain and it's going to turn into maybe a chance of snow from just looking at the weather. So it's going to be kind of gloomy out there. and a little bit cold and raining, but we're going to be out there having a great time and involved with the fans and everything over there at the Yinzer Nation.
I'm excited about that. Being from, a little low Texan girl, country Texan girl, I'm excited about seeing snow.
Okay. Well, you definitely will see it in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no doubt. NFL pick segment, stadium seats.
How did we do on the last week?
I did really well last week.
Gemz took last week, but that's okay. We're going to spit out not the final numbers, but the numbers, the standings here next week. So we're going to let you know where everybody's sitting. Okay. So let's talk about these games, team.
Bring it on.
We know the Texans beat the Colts this week, so they took the division lead, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. The Colts fell to 6-5. That was 20-17. So that game's over and done with. So we got the Buccaneers at the Falcons, the 3-7 Buccaneers at the Falcons. I know I said I'll never take the Falcons again.
Are you going back on your word?
I'm going back on my word. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons to win this one.
Really?
I got the Falcons too. They're on a winning streak. They're getting hot here.
I'll watch you all both go down when I pick the Buccaneers.
Okay. And we got the Broncos 3-7.
Whoa.
We got the Broncos 3-7.
Hold on, Frizz, hold on, please. I gotta pause this. Excuse Tay fans, please. Excuse her right now.
Don't excuse me. I'm making this show.
She does have them.
Moving on. Broncos 3-7 at the Buffalo Bills 7-3.
Let's see.
Who do you got?
I got the Broncos.
You know what?
I got the Broncos.
I'm taking the Broncos as well.
Really?
I am.
Okay.
I'm taking the Denver Broncos.
I'll take the Bills.
All right, you're going to take the Bills.
I did take the Bills.
The Giants and the Bears, what a game. 2-8 versus 4-6. We won't even talk about it. I got the Bears.
Yeah, I got the Bears on this one. The Giants, I just can't.
Me neither.
I can't with the Giants.
I can't. The Giants, they got to come through sometime.
All right.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, the 5-5 Pittsburgh Steelers versus the 0-10 Cincinnati Bengals. The spread is 6.5. I'm worried about it.
You should be.
You know, Frizz bleeds black and gold. Let's talk about this game for a minute. Okay.
Well, go ahead, Frizz. I'll let you.
Let me just mention some things. Can we sit here and think about if Mason Rudolph is going to even show up?
See, I would think that it would be wise to have, I want to say Ducky, but I don't want to be disrespectful.
What?
Ducky.
She likes Hodges.
Oh, yeah. Hodges. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Ducky Hodges.
Okay.
She likes
I think it would be wise to have Hodges in there.
You know, this is why it worries me about this game is because his inconsistency and obviously with Juju being out, Deontay Johnson is not rolled out just yet, but technically he's probably not going to play. I know, James Washington's still there, but the thing about it that I'm worried about is, since he didn't look that bad against Oakland, and can we get enough points to win the game? I know the defense is going to stand up, Gemz, but, are they going to be able to score enough to beat the 0-10 Bengals? Now, if they lose to the 0-10 Bengals, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
What is your prediction? I'm going with Pittsburgh because that's my squad. I think it's going to be tighter than everybody thinks. I'd love for it to be a blowout. I just don't know. We know James Conner probably ain't going to go, but Benny Snell is back. Let's see if he can live up to the hype and carry the ball a little bit. But I'm going with Pittsburgh by 7.
I don't know, with a few of the Steelers being out, it's kind of hard. When they were going to play the Browns, we talked about it and we're like, oh, they got this. We got the Steelers, the Browns, whatever. But look what happened. So I'm kind of hesitant to even say like, oh, yeah, no, they got this. They got this. So I don't know. Their offense is not very good in the way Mason Rudolph performed his last game. It was horrible.
So who do you got?
It was horrible. I'm going to pick the Steelers.
Okay, Steelers. Tays go with the Steelers. Gemz, who do you got?
You know what? I'm going to have to be realistic here, and I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals.
What?
Yeah.
You're going to be realistic.
Can I tell? Well, I'm being realistic.
You think the 0-10 Cincinnati Bengals are going to beat the Steelers? Let's hear it.
Yeah. So number one, it's as good as a time for the Bengals right now, to stop their losing streak. Okay. Number one, look all the key missing players that the Steelers got that's not going to be playing. You already said there's Juju, there's Connor, there's Pouncey, a lot of their key offensive players, they're not going to be there. That's number one.
No way.
Okay. Number two, you already mentioned the Steelers quarterback. Very, very inconsistent. Hasn't really put together a good game over the last couple games, right? So even though the Bengals are terrible, they're still a decent defensive team where, I think the quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers is still going to struggle. And what pieces does he have? Who's going to be his go-to guy offensively? Marquise Pouncey not playing. Who's going to replace that leadership? Who's going to replace that cohesiveness up front? So I'm looking at that. Another thing is turnover is going to make a big difference in this game. In the last couple games with Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
What has he been doing consistently?
I understand.
Turning the ball over. So this is what I'm thinking when I'm analyzing and breaking this down. You and Tay always pick from your heart, but never use your mind when you're picking a team.
Correction.
Whatever.
Not
I'm
always.
picking.
So you're picking because you love the Steelers. Tay, you're picking because you really like the Steelers, okay?
No, I really think they're going to win. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, but I see them winning.
I'm just saying, look out for the Bengals. Look out for Tyler Boyd, too. He expressed some frustrations, this week, a lack of targets during, the Oakland loss. So I'm just letting you know now.
He's going to lock that guy up. We're good to go. Pittsburgh.
We'll see.
Moving on. Dolphins 2-8 at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland's a 10.5-point favorite. Without even Myles Garrett, I think they take care of them. What do y'all got?
I'm going to pick the Dolphins.
I got the Dolphins. I'm going back to Ocean Drive.
I never left Ocean
We're
Drive.
going back.
I like the Browns.
We're going back.
I like the Browns for sure. So we'll see what happens there.
I like the Fins. Let's go Fins.
Panthers at the Saints. I'm going New Orleans all the way.
I got the Saints. Oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Okay, I'm going with the Panthers.
Okay.
Definitely going with the Panthers. Trap game.
The Oakland Raiders at the New York Jets. This game's kind of interesting because the Oakland Raiders are only a 3-point favorite at New York. Is this the game? Is this a trap game for the Oakland Raiders?
I guess I'll take this.
Go ahead.
No, it's not a trap game. I think the Raiders been playing consistently, decent. They got some momentum offensively, and they're trying to get their defense together. That's a working process, but I don't think it's a trap game. I think the Raiders are going to come out and really take this game from the Jets because of the fact that the Raiders aren't really that dominant team. That you say, well, you know what?
the Raiders is just going to beat the Jets. Like, there's analysts out there that say, no, the Jets can beat the Raiders. They're not really a favorite. There's a possibility the Jets could pull this out. So I think the Raiders go in and take care of business.
I like the Jets in this one. I think Le'Veon Bell's going to break out.
You think so?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm picking the Raiders.
Hopefully he does, because we're still waiting for him to break out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm definitely feeling it. Big game here. Seahawks at the Eagles. Can the Eagles prevail? This game is a tight game. It's a Philadelphia -1.5. I'm definitely thinking that the Eagles are going to win this one.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
I got to agree with Tay on this one. I like Russell Wilson.
So do I. I like him too. I like him too. I think he's an MVP
from your
candidate.
Heart, like Gemz says.
No, I just think the Eagles are going to win this one at home just because they got to stay in the race. The Lions and the Redskins, god dang, what a horrible game.
Give me the Lions.
These tickets right now, yeah, I'm taking the Lions too, but these tickets right now are on sale for about $5. I saw a report.
Really? Maybe we should
$5.50 plus tax. $5.50. I'm joking.
I heard you could get a hot ticket to that game for about $5 to $8. So
maybe we should go to that game.
We could definitely get in there.
Yeah.
I'm going with this Redskins.
Okay.
They have to, like, come on, show me something.
Nah, I don't know about that. Jaguars, Titans, 4-6 versus 5-5. You know what? I'm going with the Jags. I think Nick Foles is going to battle back here.
I'll take the Jags too.
I got the Titans. Remember the Titans. Don't forget them. Let's go.
Cowboys versus the New England Patriots. Tom Brady is said to be questionable for the day tomorrow. What happens there? He does play in my eyes. Does everybody agree? They said the Cowboys have a flu bug going around the locker room. I'm taking New England all the way here to go to 10-1. They need to win to keep up with Baltimore. But also I think that Dallas is not going to go up there to Foxborough and win this game. I think it's going to be close, but I just like New England.
I'll take New England too.
I got the Cowboys winning this one. Okay. I got the Cowboys. I think that's going to...
The Flu Boys?
Yeah, I got the Flu Boys winning. And, you know, Tay, what's the average cost of a good cowboy hat?
The average cost of a good cowboy hat, I would say between about... Okay, you mean like a real cowboy hat or like a cap?
Real cowboy hat.
A sports
No, like
a real cowboy hat.
No, like a real cowboy.
I would say about between like $250.
Dang!
Yeah.
That's
really?
Yes.
What?
Whoa, like you really blew my mind just now.
Seriously?
I thought that was
thinking like $30.
Oh no.
What?
No, where are you shopping for your cowboy hats?
Number one, I'll never wear a cowboy hat because
I am. I'm thinking about purchasing one because I'll be down there in different parts of Texas.
Oh, okay. Well,
next year, so I wanna purchase one. So that's why I'm asking right now.
So if you're gonna for a tourist, if you're gonna play the tourist role, I wouldn't recommend getting like an all out cowboy hat. You can get a good one for about $30-$40.
Maybe check out like
they have to be like fitted correctly. They have to sit on the right part of your head. It can't sit too far back, and it can't sit too far forward.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm thinking about purchasing something. So
what color would you get, Gemz?
And you have to steam them to mold them correctly too. They can't be, you're laughing but this is real.
This is funny.
No, I would get a beige one.
No beige.
Like brown.
Cool.
Because I like brown. I wear a lot of brown, so get my the jeans and get some boots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
You just educated us on something decent just now. I thought it was like I was thinking more like the 150 range, but that's the average is $250. So you could be paying thousands of dollars for a nice cowboy hat, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, which kind you're getting, and you also gotta. I mean, it's all about the fitting, and it has to be molded correctly, and like the brim on the outside. Some cowboys have it rolled up, like Kenny Chesney likes to roll his up or whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his personal preference, and that's like his signature thing on his cowboy hats. But the correct way to wear one is not that curled up. Like you have to.
Hey, Gemz, real quick before I talk about these last two games.
No, I'm not finished. You can't
she's
barge
not
into my conversation.
Here we go.
It has to be molded correctly.
Kenny Chesney. I like that song, Get Along, too.
I love Kenny Chesney, but that's his signature thing.
Get along. I love that song. I love that song. Shout out to Kenny Chesney. Clap your hands, y'all.
We know what's on his Christmas list.
Hey, would you wear a belt buckle?
No, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do it all. I'm gonna take pictures down there. I'm not gonna be a tourist. I'm gonna blend in.
And tight jeans.
I'm here.
Okay, let me tell you that.
No, I'll do the fitted. Jeans. It's cool. I'm not gonna do tight. I'll do fitted. So
let me tell you that if you're doing it to blend in, you will definitely stand out.
It's all up.
Unless you show up to like the Houston rodeo or something, you'll blend in there. But for any other average,
I'm moving on, team.
You'll stand out.
Packers at the Niners. These guys
down there. Let's go.
Packers at the Niners. I'm taking the Packers to beat the Niners, to take their second loss. The Packers keep rolling. Aaron Rodgers, stand up. Let's go.
I got the Niners. No. Yeah, I got the Niners.
Yeah,
yes, I do.
I got the Niners, yeah.
Ravens, Rams, Monday Night Football.
Ravens.
I got Lamar Jackson, unfortunately.
Whoa. Don't pick him. Don't you dare pick the Ravens. You better pick the Rams.
I'm picking the Ravens.
Take it back.
No.
Take it back. Don't jump on the Lamar Jackson train. Take it back.
I'm going.
Go ahead. Take it back.
I'm going with him.
Take it back.
Nope.
You know, I got a little Lamar Jackson doll on one of those little coin machines.
Oh, that's awesome.
I got a little Lamar Jackson doll.
I tell you what.
Bring it in and I'll burn it.
Don't burn it.
Yeah. I got the Ravens.
Bring it in and I'll burn it. Hey, hit us up.
That's a little much there.
Hit us up at Stadium Seats Podcast Gmail.
So let's get back. Hold on. Let's get back to this. You never wore like a cowboy hat, Tay?
Me? Yeah, I have.
That's what I'm saying. So what,
Yeah, but
what's the problem if I wear one?
No, it's not a problem at all. But you're saying that you want to blend in with like the average Joe Smo Texan.
I mean, there's a lot of people down there that wear cowboy hats.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So
but
I would
they
just
don't
be
wear
another
it.
guy wearing one.
Absolutely not. People don't wear them every day.
I'm not talking about like the weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, no. You'll definitely stand out, especially on the weekend. And it depends what time of year you're going to be here. But if it's sometime in the summer, people do not wear cowboy hats unless it's a specific event like the Houston Rodeo or something like that. You'll blend in. You'll blend in 100%. Any other day that is not a rodeo related day, you will definitely stand out.
Well, that's what I'm looking to do. I'm getting me a cowboy hat, and I'm
good. I like it.
Shout out to your cowboy hat. Hit us up at Seat Stadium. At Seat Stadium on our Twitter. Follow us. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.
Grab a boat,
soon.
Drink a beer.
Soon we'll be on iHeart Radio next month. Y'all don't even care what I'm talking about right now.
Of course we care.
Frizz,
not really.
Yeah.
Gemz, Tay, this is Stadium Seats. We're the best in the world. We're out of here.
Yeah.
Holla. Yeah.